One of the things that I study is called Archeo-Inebriology. Archeo-Inebriology. One of these is poisonous and will kill you if you eat it. The other one is called the Golden Teacher for a very good reason. The one on the right, the psychedelic mushrooms, it's not poisonous, and it's been used in shamanic voyages, mystery school initiations. It's been used for personal enlightenment and for religious purposes all throughout history. Which one of these is illegal today? A system is in place to protect us from these psychedelic mushrooms when no system of laws are in place to protect us from poisonous mushrooms. Just the ones that grease the wheels for thinking outside the box and questioning the status quo. Today our culture is so terrified of these realms of consciousness that we don't even dare mention an interest in such a thing in mixed company. The term psychedelic is derived from ancient Greek. The ancient Greek words psyche, meaning the mind or the soul, and delios, meaning manifest, translating into soul or mind manifesting. Manifesting the mind is a frightening yet beautiful experience. Some people struggle because they think that they've eaten too much. They start believing that they're going to have a bad trip, but the truth is they're most likely afraid of the experience and probably didn't take enough. At the proper dose, you aren't able to struggle or resist. You're along for the ride, There's no escape, and there's no analyzing the situation while you're in it. With a high dose of psychedelic mushrooms, it feels as if time stops, and everyday consciousness dissolves into a fractal of reality. And once this happens, you make contact with something on the other side. And that something is just as alive as you are. This is well documented. A very high number of people who have eaten these mushrooms have reported a connection with something that speaks to them in their own language. Terence McKenna once said that going to the grave without ever having a psychedelic experience is like going to the grave without ever having sex. The shaman uses these mushrooms as a tool to master all states of consciousness, and that is their birthright. It is our birthright. Shamanism is about mastering altered states of consciousness. All of them. But the big one, right, is death. And a shaman journeys into these altered states of consciousness as a way to prepare for this ultimate journey. These people were mastering their consciousness. We were once masters of our own personal consciousness. And when we started to substitute such a unique experience with a placebo, the ritual started to outweigh the reality. And this allowed others to act as mediators between us and the divine. We don't need a mediator. The one thing that permeates and connects all the world's religions is symbolism. Understanding the meaning behind the symbol will reveal an even deeper connection. This tree, the wise ones are the ones who can walk up to these religious trees and digest its fruit, because the fruit is the same, no matter which symbolic branch it comes from. But this is where things get interesting for my research, because I study the history of sacred plants. I find it interesting that a sacred meal is found in nearly every mystery tradition and every religion all throughout antiquity. And it's even a part of our modern day religion and ritual. But keep in mind, when compared to the origin, it is a placebo. When a group of individuals takes control over someone's birthright, a personal shamanic connection with their higher consciousness, we're suddenly within the realm of religious control, even mind control, if you think about it. And the keeping of this secret, that this is a placebo, was very important at a time when one religion tried to force a monopoly on religion itself. There is always history beyond the tradition, and some of these greatest aspects of the ancient mysteries were kept secret until very recently, when books like this started to surface, where you find of all the mysteries celebrated in the ancient times, the Eleusinian mysteries were held to be the ones of greatest importance. After fasting, the kykeon, or kykeon, was consumed. There's no doubt the kykeon was a psychedelic substance. If these secret recipes fell into the wrong hands, the mysteries would have never come to light. So the secrets have kept them alive all this time. So let's revisit this story about Jesus speaking in parables. I love Legos. I grew up playing with Legos. I can relate to Legos. So Jesus is asked, "Why do you speak to them in parables?" And he said, "The secret of the kingdom of God is granted to you, but to those on the outside, everything comes in parables, so that they may look and look, but never perceive, and listen, but never understand. Otherwise, they might change their ways and be forgiven."